Cop28. You may have heard it's been a dismal failure to date, but fear not, it has apparently been saved with a world-first agreement to peel back on fossil fuels. They've all signed off on it. The world is saved. They gave themselves a standing ovation, believe it or not, because, they did just save the world according to them. So this is their first ever agreement that everyone is going to transition away from fossil fuels. Now, this is the most ambiguous commitment ever. And let's not forget, none of it's binding. Just like the Paris Agreement, none of it's binding. They all go there, clap each other on the back, say, very well done, wonderful, the world is saved, standing ovation for us, by us, leave on the jet-fueled planes that they came in on after they've scoffed all the beef down that they've told us we can't eat anymore. And then they come back and do it all over again next year. It's the most useless exercise ever. And all it does, I'm convinced, is simply serve to once again make the minions, make the little people the world over look at these really serious get-togethers by world leaders, therefore adding credibility to the idea that this must all be real and we are indeed perishing and doom is indeed nigh.
You're totally right about that. I mean, this is virtue signalling on steroids,
Indeed.
right? Because after everything that you just said, then they all get on aeroplanes and fly home from the event.
Many of the
we'll see you
private.
next year.
But I mean, thank God that it's not, we laugh that it's not binding, but thank God it's not binding because that would be a disaster. And Samoa and some of our Pacific neighbours, they were upset that this didn't go far enough. They didn't want transitioning away from, they wanted phasing out.
And that's what Australia wanted as well. I mean, Bowen was saying during the week that this thing has no teeth. It's not going hard enough. But you've got to love that we've got Bowen over there saying, this is not good enough. We've got to get rid of the fossil fuels. And then today, the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, stands up and says we're in striking distance of another surplus. Why? Because of coal.
We are not yet forecasting a second surplus, but we are within striking distance. We have given ourselves a chance, but we aren't there yet, and we've been deliberately cautious and deliberately conservative.
I mean, amazing. Amazing. We love the coal, we love the fossil fuels, we love the resources. They're making us lots of money right now that we're not going to give you to any way, shape or form to help with the cost of living. But, we've got to phase it out. No good. I mean, it's the longest suicide note that we have ever written. We are such a resources-rich country. We make so much money out of the export of it because we don't use a lot of it here ourselves now anyway. But it's worth so much to us. And we're saying, this is what is balancing the books, but we shouldn't have it.
The hypocrisy gets even better, though, right? Because this climate conference was held where? In Dubai, where their major product is oil. Do you know where the next conference is going to be held?
Oh, go on.
Azerbaijan, where 92% of their exports are oil and gas.
This is just tremendous. This is just tremendous. And yet here they all are today, giving themselves that standing ovation I told you about. They're elated with themselves.
Hearing no objection, it is so decided.
Technically, we've achieved nothing, but go us, everybody.
That is just
see you next year for the next round of this comedy skit.
Of course, the other reason that Chris Bowen was, trying to get the even stronger statement that our Pacific neighbours wanted, that is the phasing out of coal, is because Australia wants to host the 2026 climate conference and bring the whole thing here. But they can't do that without the support of our Pacific neighbours.
You mean the 2029?
No, it's 2026, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's Cop30, but
Not
it's held in
that soon.
2026.
There's one of these every single year.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know. Oh, trust me.
God
I
help us.
know.